Having responded to earlier years, the market is ready to evaluate new macroeconomic data from the United States and Canada. The US dollar index is climbing slowly from local lows. Meanwhile, the Canadian dollar is losing ground versus its American counterpart in light of unexpectedly weak GDP data. Investors are rattled in the currency markets despite the statement from Donald Trump that the US and China would very shortly sign for the first phase trade deal. Moreover, Biden announced its intention to trim tariffs on some US imports from January 1st. While the euro and the pound sterling are giving in to the US dollar, demand for the safe haven yen is increasing. At the same time, the yuan pulled back to the level of 7 points, extending the downtrend today. In the recent weeks, the US dollar has been advancing across the board. Its beyond demand comes from strong macroeconomic reports. Today, traders were still pricing in the upbeat US GDP as the economic growth inched up in the third quarter. In the New York trade, they are absorbing durable goods orders and new home sales. These metrics have been unaffected by recession fears, so market participants were not ready for negative readings. Before the publication, the US dollar index settled up at 97.15, heading upwards. Traders speculating on the Canadian dollar were focused on Canada's preliminary GDP for October. The actual data was much worse than expected. The national economy expanded 1.2% in annual terms, weaker than the forecast for a 1.4% gain. GDP edged down 0.1% on a quarterly basis, while the consensus suggested a flat reading. Canada's economy contracted for the first time in the latest 8 months. The USD card pair is still making a correctional decline, trading at near 1.3165. On the whole, the currency pair has been trapped in a wide trading range. To sum up, the US and China encouraged market participants with positive statements on the trade relations. Amid lower liquidity on Forex, traders are in the wait-and-see mood. Financial assets are highly sensitive to both positive and negative news on the trade front. That will be the main driving force until the year end. You were watching Market News on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.